Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. As you may have seen by the thumbnail, today I need to tell you guys what is next on the Raygo Bloom journey and our new song, because it's 2026 and we haven't dropped a song yet. But don't you worry, we've got one planned and it's coming soon. However, we're doing it legitimate this time. What tends to happen usually when we do music videos is we turn up, we have somewhat of an idea. So let me go back a bit. Me and my two brothers, we're Raygo Bloom, aren't we? And we come up with all the video ideas. My brother Max films them, he edits them. It's just, we do it all independently. I record the songs, me and Charlie write them. And however, when we turn up, we have somewhat of an idea. We know the locations, but there's always things missing. We don't know the outfits or the theme or the uniform, or we go there and it doesn't work out, so we go somewhere else and we rush it. This time around I thought, nah, 2026, everything is being more legit this year. We're stepping our game up, starting with scripts. Do you know what I mean? Printed out scripts. Anyway, let me tell you, I think I've already told you already, the song is going to be it's called Letters. And basically, I'm doing this because I want to record it all for my own amusement. But I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this kind of content. What on earth? I'm hoping you guys enjoy this kind of content as well. So the riff is... Now, I want to be brutally honest with you guys and tell you everything from the beginning to the end. My dad wrote the lyrics to this song and I wrote the music. I've adjusted a few of the lyrics because they were a bit of a mouthful and I can only pronounce certain words. But, you know, it's going to be like... I remember the morning like it was yesterday. It's a war song. I didn't have to read it, I knew what it would say. And the story is, my dad wrote it on the basis of you being drafted. Like in the 40s, you'd get drafted, wouldn't you? In World War II, World War One, conscription, you'd be drafted at war, and you didn't have a choice. So letters would come through the letterbox and you're like, oh God, I knew what the letter would say before it hit the floor. So I wrote the song. However, now it was a matter of, what's the music video going to be? How are we going to go about this? So we just thought, well, let's just tell the story of, you're at war. So me and my brother Max were at work brainstorming. And we came up with, you're at war. It's going to start off with my dad. My dad sits on a park bench and he opens up a letter and he starts reading it. Then it goes straight back to me and I'm in the trenches. We're not going to go to the trenches because we don't have any. So my brother knows a little riverbank. We're going to go there and it's going to be like me leaning against it with my other brother Charlie looking over, but you can't see what's over there. Metaphorically speaking, it's a battlefield, but we obviously can't come up with that. We got to budget what we've got. So it was like, it'll be like the fourth wall. You can't see what's over there, neither can we, but we know what's over there. It's a battlefield. I'm there, you know. Before I knew it, I'm in a field with a gun in one hand and God as my shield. There's a man giving orders that I've got to obey. He says, if you want to see tomorrow, you must survive today. Now, we've gone into great detail on what we're going to do with that. And then it's going to be, it's me and my brother, both of them, in our little camp and we're chilling out on the first chorus. And we're playing cards and I'm writing a letter. Throughout the whole song, I'm going to be writing a letter. I remember the morning like it was yesterday. And there'll be an over-the-shoulder shot of me writing it. And then it's going to go into the second verse, but this is where it gets a bit... Now, some years later, near the end of the war, a lot of men died and they didn't know what for. Blah, blah. So they might... I don't want to give it too away, but then there's going to be, you know, some crazy scenes going on. One of us maybe is not here anymore. And back then, what you would do in the war is you'd keep the letter, wouldn't you? And if someone passed away, you would take the letter from them gracefully and you'd try and get it to their family. And that's what happened. So the song is going to be called Letters. Now, my dad was like, yeah, but the whole point of the song is it's about being drafted. And I was like, yeah, the first part can be about that, but it doesn't mean the whole story's got to be about that. So it could be letters, and everyone had a different letter at that point. It could be about a guy who's been drafted. It could be about someone who's passed away and they've handed it to someone else. The actual story itself could tell a different story. You know what I mean? Come on, Dad. I know you're watching this. Read between the lines. Just, you know what I mean? It's not always got to be to the point. Anyway, we come up with this big idea. And then we hit a crossroad. Me dad was like, I know one of my mates who can get you a load of World War II, World War One gear, outfits, tag, like dog tags, all this. Turns out he's too slow, and there's one thing I do. I need things need to be moving quickly. Consistency and speed, because I don't wait around for no man, because you get nowhere. You start relying on too many people, you don't get nowhere. So I cut that out a long time ago. So I said to my dad, mate, how long is he going to be? He's got till tonight, until he responds to the message at least and says, we'll get it for this week. No response, allow it. So then it was like, right, we're going to have to buy it ourselves. And as we all know, guys, money is tight around these ends. So we started typing in World War II outfits, and before you know it, it was literally like £85 for one outfit, and I was like, damn, and we need 3 of them. Well, that's too expensive straight away, because we still need dog tags, we need helmets maybe, we need boots, we need props, prop in hell, to make a good video. We need props. And if you haven't got props, you at least need good scenery, because that's what's good about the beach and stuff. It's there for you. But this time we need props because we're telling a story here. So I was like, what about if we forget about because realistically, the actual song doesn't mention World War II or World War One. It just mentions, I remember the morning like it was yesterday. I've gone to war. So I was like, well, it could be modern war. And it could be we've been drafted now. And what that means is it could be we could get modern army outfits. The problem with modern army outfits, they can be kind of snide. In England anyway. Especially these like camouflage ones. But guys, we never had a choice. So we've gone and bought some ones that look pretty good. They're turning up. Max has got them. I'm going to make another video when they come, and I'm going to try them on and see what they're saying. But listen, I'll show you. We're going to vlog the full thing. We've ordered these outfits. Charlie's being negative about it instantly, like, oh, isn't it meant to be like World War II outfits, because modern ones look snide. And I was like, mate, trust me, we'll make it look good. My dad's like, nah, I'm not interested. Blah, blah. But me and Max are like, nah, we can make this work. And I've come up with an idea. Now listen to me, because this could sound snide. It's very easy for something to sound snide when you don't use your imagination. But if you would just relax, use your imagination for 2 minutes, and picture this. We've been drafted. My dad sits down on the bench. He's looking at something. You don't know what it is. It's over the shoulder. He's looking at the letter. Goes back into... Oh, by the way, so at the beginning, this is the bit where it's a bit far-fetched. But it's not when you think about it. It says... November the 9th, 2086. I know what you're thinking, what? The future? But it's not futuristic. It's me dad is walking through a cemetery and it's 2086. That is it. Nothing, there's not UFOs. Don't start thinking there's UFOs. That, for all we know, that's still not going to exist. They said in 2025 people will be on flying skateboards. We're not. You know what I mean? We've not moved anywhere. We're still here. So it's 2086. My dad's walking through the cemetery, slow motion shots, opening up an envelope in slow motion, blah blah. And then it goes to me. My dad closes his eyes and mine open up. That's the next shot. Now it's me. I've got my camouflage on. The outfits we will make look good. I'm there. Same story. the exact same storyline, you know? It's just not World War. It's modern now. So, you know, it's that. And basically the twist is, this is the twist. My letter that I'm writing the whole way through is to my son. And my son is actually my dad, who's at the beginning of it. You know what I mean? We thought that would work because I look like him. And obviously if it's 2086, let's say, then it would work out because my dad's 60. So 60 years ahead. You know what I mean? Now it's 2026. I write it to my son, 60 years time. My dad, 2086, he's 60. It all works out. That's the twist. And then basically he's reading the letter that I wrote him when he was a baby. And I mean, I might as well tell you, because in fact, if I tell you, it's better because then you see the vision I was going for. He's got an envelope. There's going to be a slow motion of me taking off my dog tags. I put them in the envelope. He's got the envelope now in 2086. He goes like that, empties the envelope, pulls my dog tags out, whatever. Maybe puts them around his neck and tucks them into his shirt. He's old now. Blah, blah. That's the story. You know? And what this is details. Dad. Cemetery scenes. Number 1, stood at the gate's entrance looking in. Wide angle shot from the back, slow zoom. Walking along cemetery path. Side angle shot, close up of legs, gravestones passing in between, slow motion. 3, sits on the bench, low shot looking up, slow motion. 4, repeat the shot from a wide angle. 5, repeat the full scene with a drone. 6, close up, zoom. Now we're going to have to cut this out, this bit, because it was of a poppy. Obviously that represents the First World War, and yeah, First World War poppies represent only. And close up of an envelope and take letter out, put envelope on bench, stand over his shoulder. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And we've got this for 3 separate scenes, so it's going to be 3 days of filming. This is the cemetery scenes. We've got camp scenes. We're going to get one of those camp nets where you put it up and set up a little camp where my 2 brothers are playing cards. I'm in the background writing the letter, blah, blah. And then the 3rd scene is going to be, we go to the riverbank and we get them shots. Little shots of, you know, Charlie kneeling down with his, by the riverbank, putting fresh water into his canteen, tightening it up. You know what I mean? Shots like that. So there's the idea, there's the imagination. It's quite, I know when you start mentioning future, you start tripping out a bit. But it's not that kind of future. It's just, it's if you actually think about it, right? We're going to war. And now all of a sudden we skip ahead and it's me dad opening the letter about what I wrote to him. It's quite simple, David. You know what I mean? What do you guys reckon? Let me know. I reckon it's a good idea. And the plan is to make it our best video yet. I'm talking great detail where you look at it and go, mate, did they pay someone to do this? That's the goal. I remember the morning like it was yesterday. I didn't have to read it. I knew what it would say. Your time is up, boy. It's time for war. I knew what the letter would say before it hit the floor. Before I knew it, I was laying in a field with a gun in one hand and God as my shield. There's a man giving orders that I've got to obey. He says, if you want to see tomorrow, you must survive today. My life's in the hands of a puppet master, and it's not my fault. It's a man-made disaster. Go and fight for your country, and don't you ask why. trust me, the production, I've done it and it sounds really good. Well, I think. I'm biased because I wrote it, but that, guys, that's what I'm up to at the moment. Thought I'd vlog it. Yeah. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments. The next one is going to be me trying on this outfit, guys. Let's see what it looks like and let's see if it's snide. We paid £45 for 3 of them. No, £45 each for 3 of them. So if you think about it, the World War II outfits were 80 odd quid. 8.6, 8.16. Yeah, so that would have been like 2 something. Wow, whoa, 8.16.24. Yeah, like around 240 quid for those 2 outfits. Or 4, 8, 12, 100, yeah, I think we paid £132 or something for the other 3 outfits. So it is what it is. Maths is not my strong point, by the way. That seemed very dopey of me, just doing that. But look, guys, hit the like button, share it and subscribe. Comment. Do you reckon this video is going to look good? Does it sound good? My dad's being negative about it. So's Charlie. Are they being stupid? Or am I? Let me know in the comments. Peace.